It is the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive of Dinoking. Yes. 6 dinosaur warriors that merge into a little guy. He's not too big, but you know, he's very cool. This is the first version of Dinoking to actually be released in the US. And Dinoking, I don't know that much about Dinoking, only that he was pretender shells with inner robots that merged together, and they were the basis for Monstructor. I don't know why Hasbro bought over Dinoking and changed it into just monsters. Maybe they were concerned about, I don't know, people not being happy with the dinosaur thing being bad guys now. Beats me, but we have this. It is obviously a repaint remold of the Core Class Volcanicus and the Dinobots that made up him. So we're gonna go through it. And I am Captain Kyle. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're a longtime watcher, thanks for coming back. I very much appreciate it. Hope you have a good time. And we're gonna go through these bit by bit and see what the differences are compared to, you know, the Volcanicus. Be right back. All right, I was very happy to receive this brand new Transformer, and now I'm gonna slice it open because I want to get at the goodies inside. But it is a nice box. It actually has windows, which is weird because I don't think you can get it in retail stores, but it protects them anyway. And just to show the back real quick, it's got all the figures and their names and their various alt modes. It's got a tech spec that is kind of a G1 style tech spec, which is a nice touch. Definitely like that. Now, I'm probably gonna butcher their names because the individual bots are named after the characters from Japan. Dinoking I can pronounce, but the other ones, I'm gonna do my best, but don't make fun of me too much. But here they are with a bunch of different accessories. And again, the Autobot paper, come on, Hasbro. Instructions, shitty piece of paper. All right, let's put that aside and let's take a look at these guys. And luckily I have scissors, so we'll be able to snip them off this cardboard. Now, from what I see on the box, this comes with more accessories than the original Dinobot set, which is nice. But we have the repaint remold of Grimlock, who is known as Goryu. I'm hoping that's pronounced right. And there's Doryu. I just adore you. Yokuryu. Kakuryu. I'm gonna constantly have to refer to the sheet to remember their names. It's not exactly rolling off the tongue like sludge and slag and all those. Rairyu. Gairyu, something like that. And they have these accessories. This is apparently a fist, another fist, a foot, and something's also a foot right there. All right, plastic crap off my table. And we'll open up the Autobot paper. Again, how difficult is it to get Decepticon paper for Decepticons? And inside is white paper. It'd be funny if inside there was Decepticon paper. But no, it's a bunch of more accessories. That which looks like part of a tail. This little hammer type thing, another part of a tail, which I'm pretty sure goes on Goryu here, and this goes on Kakuryu. I may actually know the names by the end of this video. A nice bladed weapon, a club, reminds me of Captain Caveman. Okay, enough of that. Another blade, a big ass gun, an itty bitty sword, looks like kind of like Grimlock's sword, and the head, and a little silver double gun. So let's look at these instructions and make sure that we outfit everyone appropriately, and then we're gonna go through them one by one and then merge. Merge, I say. So this fist is also a tail that goes on Gairyu, which kind of fills him out a little bit in his dino mode. This club plugs onto Goryu's back. We'll take more of a look at that in a little bit. So the head hides away in Kakuryu's tail. This little club thing, apparently you assemble together and put on Kakuryu's back like so. Interesting. You have to open up his back in order to put it on there. These feet plug into Rairyu, so those are some pretty honkin' missile launchers. This fist gun thingy plugs into the bottom of Yokuryu, and Doryu gets this gun slash scorpion tail thing. So pretty neat. Let's start off with Kakuryu, who has all kinds of stuff. Ooh, this sword. Let's see, where does this sword go? Almost forgot it. Apparently plugs in as a backward-facing penis for Doryu, or you know, when he takes a dump, it funnels it to the rear. So you know. But okay, so let's take this off and just close these in. Let's take a look at Kakuryu, and I do want to show the actual original of this guy. And I haven't really been able to determine if they're basing these on the shells or the bots inside, because some of them look like it could be the shell, some of them, but you decide. But when you look at this guy, he's definitely very similar. Not a heck of a lot of remolding that I can see here from Slag. I know Slug, whatever, in the Volcanicus set. But as far as posability in this mode, you can move the legs a bit back and forth. The legs can even kind of sprawl out. They could be sick and waiting for some scientist to come to Jurassic Park to go through his shit. The mouth does open, though there's a head inside, so you got to be careful of that. And just to put him next to the original, you can see a little bit of deco change. Mold looks pretty much the same. Obviously the head is a little bit different. Autobot symbol on Slag, whereas Kakuryu has no such symbol. Has a little bit of paint apps on the little Stegosaurus fins, but they're basically the same mold. All right, let's pop him into his robot mode. So there he is in his robot mode. I'm not gonna go majorly through, all the posability because I did that with the other set, but he looks like a gold Slag, but the face is definitely different. He's kind of got like a face mask, almost kind of more like Onslaught, whereas Slag has the regular Slag face. Black to red. He's got the Decepticon symbol on his chest plate. No such Autobot symbol for Slag. He's still got it on his head, which you can't really see at this angle. Now, for storage, you can hook the tail and put that in the back with the head, which is just like the Slag. So I'll give them both a spin on the turntable of doom. Now, Kakuryu actually has some additional weapons, like a big-ass gun and a big-ass cleaver. It slices, it dices, it turns Autobots into shavings. So overall, remolded face. The legs feel a little looser than the ones on Slag, but otherwise, he's good. I proclaim you good. So let's put him over here along with Slag, and we'll get to Rairyu. So we'll put him next to Sludge here, and similar mold. He's got a nice Autobot symbol here. He's got blue eyes. He's got red eyes because he's evil. Evil. We're going to take off these missile launchers, which are nice, but the change in deco is definitely distinctive. He's got the black tail, the short tail, but what can you do? They can face off against each other. They can kiss. No, we're not going to do any of that. Sorry, dudes. Some of you are probably like, oh, man. Some of you are like, please don't. Now, not a lot of posability with this guy in his Dino mode. The jaw doesn't open, doesn't really move. It's just basically, he's there. So let's get Rairyu into his robot mode. There he is, rather simple transformation. And he kind of has like these weird guns on the side, or like holsters almost. Oh, one thing I forgot, we gotta spin him around. He still has these weird holster things. But again, they at least remolded the head. They gave him a Decepticon symbol on the chest. And I do like the deco. The gold, which should not be fragile. Can I give a spin around there? I mean, this is not the best of the core class, but still, with what they had to work with, pretty cool. And again, he can spread his legs in a weird way. Arms can move, head can turn, all that stuff. Again, I would definitely recommend you watch my miniature Volcanicus video for more information on this guy. But he does have these weapons, which are the feet, which did not come with Volcanicus. It always seems that the box sets have some additional and could be better accessories than buying them individually. Combiner Wars kind of showed that. But there he is with two very large missile launchers, one on each arm. He can fuck you up. All right, 2 down, 4 to go. Let's go with Yokuryu, sorry. Now, Yokuryu has this attachment, which is the big hand with a gun on it. He doesn't have the 2 guns that Swoop has that become the fist and can mount on his wings. So there's a little bit of a difference here. I do like the blue and white because I like blue. And, white is a nice contrast. The Autobot symbol is clear on Swoop's head. No such Decepticon symbol there. I think that's going to be a common theme. And removing the weapon, they pretty much look the same. There's not too much you can do with him in this mode other than move the wings, which are somewhat movable. But let's get him into his bot mode. So there he is. Let's put Swoop next to him. I don't detect any looseness here. There, get his chest piece all the way down. The face, there is some slight remolding. They both have the little alfalfa spike in the back there, but definitely a remolded face compared to Swoop. It's got this little thing in the center. And interestingly, I'm not seeing a Decepticon symbol on him anywhere. But trust me, he's a Decepticon. Now his weapon is this big ass, almost bazooka-like thing. I think in this case, Swoop's weapons look cooler. It also overbalances him a little bit, having this big ass thing, but we'll put him through the turntable again. Again, a neat repaint, slight remold, Q. Right, Gairyu is next, and he's got a big ass tail. So we'll put Gairyu up against Scar. Scar, really? You're gonna give him the name of the bad guy in The Lion King? So again, same-ish mold. It's got an Autobot symbol on his nose, no Decepticon symbol there. And definitely the tail is a little bit longer. The fist does not twist, so it's kind of to the side. Again, this is more of a green and black deco compared to, you know, the original version. And as far as posability, you can move the legs a little bit. Doesn't help with standing. So let's get him in his. And I apologize if any of these are female that I'm not aware of, because I don't know that they were doing female Decepticons at the time, but it'd be cool if they were. But there's Gairyu versus Scar. And again, remolded head. They apparently got lazy with this one too and did not give him a Decepticon symbol. Not seeing it anywhere. It's not on his head. Looks like I was wrong. This fist does twist, so I could have made his tail look a little bit better, but he's got a big ass gun. But holding it out like that does overbalance him a little bit. But I am liking the different colors, the different paint apps. Another winner, Goryu, aka Grimlock. So it looks like the way he was packaged was not quite right. So there we go with him in his full dino mode. So there he is next to the Core Class Grimlock. And it's a pretty good dino. I like it. Grimlock does not have an Autobot symbol on his head. He has it down on his, what eventually becomes his chest. And in the same spot, we have the Decepticon symbol. So this is a case of mirroring. Jaws on neither of them open, which is unfortunate. But he's got a club, which is a nice addition of weaponry for him. You can move the legs. You can actually twist the feet, which is cool. These forearm things that don't allow him to scratch his balls, well, they don't move at all anyway, and his head can move. But let's get them both into their robot modes. So there's Goryu with his club and his double barrel weapon thingy, whatever that thing is supposed to be. And again, the Decepticon symbol translated down to his chest. Grimlock does have his gun, and the face is definitely totally remolded. Face forward, Grimlock, what are you doing? There's nothing over there to look at. Yeah, and I mean, they did their best to model these faces after the original figures. So cool, he's got a club, not the kind that, you know, keeps your car from being stolen. That's a different kind of club. So he can be Captain Goryu. And I do like the green and white combination, very cool. And finally, Doryu. I adore you. Doryu. So both Snarl and Goryu have this tendency to shove their face into the ground. I don't know why. And one thing I'm noticing, if you want to switch the weapons around and share, you can do that. But yeah, the back legs really don't move on either of these guys other than this, which you're not supposed to move. The front legs don't move. So really not a lot of posability in this mode, but still cool looking dinosaur. I will say the joints are a little tight with Doryu there. And he does actually have a Decepticon symbol on his chest. And again, Snarl just has the sword, whereas he has the sword and this big ass weapon, which is the Grim Reaper. Again, different faces. Again, that's a nice remold. I do like the blue and white, because again, like blue and white is a nice counterpoint. So there you go. But now I know what you want to see. You want to see the whole merged form. Let's do this thing. So there is Dinoking in all his glory. Definitely a nice color combination. The weapons are really cool because they all combine together. Having the feet gives him a little bit of extra height, though the feet can come out pretty easily. But if he's standing on them, unlikely to come out. And of course, different head. And with the different fists, his forearm looks a little thicker. It does make it look a little bit different than Volcanicus, who is right here and is a little shorter, just a little bit. But it is there. There's not a huge size difference, but Dinoking seems bulkier. I think the feet help and the thicker forearms help. So it's definitely added fun for this guy. Now, as far as posability, he can move his legs back and forth. There's going to be no Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he is pretty posable. Doesn't really have elbows, but he's not like a full-size combiner. But he does have knees, and if it detaches, it's real easy to plug back in. You can move his arms out to the side. His head, of course, is just in a post, so you can move that. Overall, I like him. He's well-armed, unlike Volcanicus. And he's got a nice, different color combination. Kind of reminds me a bit of Monstructor, or maybe more like Abominus, who has, you know, some different colors, as opposed to like Volcanicus and Devastator, who are pretty monochromatic. So there you have him, Dinoking. A very cool toy. I'm not sure if they're still available on Hasbro Pulse, but I'll put links in the description of this guy. I think he's fun. I think it's great to have a Japanese character released in the US. That was so hard to get, so expensive. Getting it complete nowadays, yeah, super expensive. Whereas this is a little more reasonable, I think. And he can even twist a bit at the waist, so that's nice. So I'm definitely recommending this guy. Definitely love the merging weapon thing. Even though the merging robot thing, you know, you can definitely easily pop an arm off. But easy enough to fix. Besides, Perceptor Blast support merging bots all the time. So there you are with Dinoking. Let me know what you think of this guy. If you're enjoying this content, by the way, feel free to subscribe. That'd be awesome. And while you are mulling this guy over, just check out the review over here, which is the Core Class Volcanicus, so you can see all the stuff that I may have kind of glossed over in this video. Though I don't feel like I glossed over a hell of a lot. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.